Welcome to my tutorial on Google Forms. Google Forms is a useful software that can help you to incorporate formative assessment and data collection more frequently and easily in your classroom. Google Forms allows you to create questionnaires, surveys, or quizzes using a variety of question formats to engage your students and assess them more easily. It also has a summary of responses feature that presents all recorded data from a form in the form of a chart or a graph, making it easier to interpret. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a Google account, if you don't have one already, how to access Google Forms, how to create a Google form and share it with your students, as well as how to access the summary of responses feature to analyze your data. To get started using Google Forms, first you need to create a Google account if you haven't done so already. To do this, first navigate to google.com. Then click on the blue Sign In button in the right-hand corner. Once you've done this, it will prompt you to create an account using the hyperlink down at the bottom of the page. Click that, and a page will pop up asking you to input all of your information in order to create an account. Follow all of the instructions, and then you'll be ready to start. It's totally optional to put your phone number in, so you can choose not to include that. When you've put all your information in, go ahead and click the blue Next Step button at the bottom of the page. Once you've inputted all your information appropriately and clicked the Next Step button, you'll be directed to this welcome page and you'll be ready to get started. Now that you have a Google account, you can access Google Forms. You can do this from the welcome screen that you were just on, or you can navigate back to the Google homepage like I have. To access Google Forms, you want to click on the icon that looks like a group of squares in the right-hand corner of the page. Once you've clicked that, several icons will pop up. Click on the Drive icon. When you click on this icon, you will be directed to your Google Drive, and in this drive you can create PowerPoints, documents, Excel sheets, and you can save all of those files here. And this is also where you can create Google Forms. To find Google Forms, you want to click on the red New button on the left-hand side. Then mouse over the More option, and you'll see a green icon with the words Google Forms next to it. Click on that icon. Once you've clicked on the Google Forms icon, an untitled new Google form will appear. Now we're ready to get started on creating our own customized Google form. There are a ton of different features that you can use on Google Forms, but I'm just going to show you the basics to get started. To begin, you first want to make a title for your form. So just click on the Untitled Form text box, delete that text, and then input whatever title that you would like. Now we're ready to start inputting questions. In Google Forms, you can use a variety of question formats to make your test customizable. The way to choose the type of question that you're going to use is to click this drop-down menu in the middle of the page. A variety of options will appear. You can choose a short answer style question, a long answer style, a multiple choice question, a checkboxes question where a student can check multiple options, a question where it's formatted where the student will pick an answer from a drop-down menu, a Likert scale style question, questions that are organized in the form of a grid, a question where the test taker has to input a date, and a question where a test taker has to input a time. You can choose any question format to fit the needs of your classroom. For my example question, I'm going to use a multiple choice format. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that choice on the drop-down menu. Now I'm ready to input my question. To input a question, simply type in the appropriate text box. I'll be right back after inputting my question. Now that I've inputted my question, I can choose to include a hint on the help text box below. So for example, if my question has to do with the Statue of Liberty, I might give a hint asking students to think about what material pennies are made of. Now I'm ready to put in my answer options, and that can be easily done by inputting your options in the appropriate text boxes. Once I feel I have enough options, I can go ahead and click the blue Done button, and my answer will be ready. To add more questions, click the Add Item button, and a new question box will appear. If you want to delete a question you've already created, simply click the garbage can icon on the right-hand side, and your question will disappear. To preview your form and see how it will look for your students, you can view your live form. Click the View icon in the top, and then click Live Form. And then you will see what your form looks like to your students. When you've finished creating your form and you're ready to share it with students, you can click on the blue Send Form button on the right-hand side of the screen. When you click that form, a link will pop up, and you can copy this link and send it via email. Or if you have the emails of all of your students, you can input their emails into this box along with a custom message to the students and send all of the students the form. Now I'm going to show you the data analysis component of Google Forms. Here I'm using an example form that I created for a group of students so you can see what it looks like when you're looking at a form where your responses are recorded. It's easy to monitor the progress of your students because you can log into Google Drive and click on your Google form, and it will tell you how many students have responded to your form so you can ensure that each student has responded. You can see the number of responses in the top bar at the Responses tab. This is also where you're going to click to see your summary of responses and your data analysis. Click on Responses and then click on Summary of Responses. Here you'll see a representation of all the responses of your students with percentages, pie charts, and bar graphs. This makes the data very easy to interpret. It's also good to share with your administrators or other professors. These are just some of the basic features of Google Forms, but I hope that as you use it, you'll discover the many advantages that it has. Good luck!